on, certainly got to hit those YouTubes, right? Download a couple more MP3s. Your battery's starting to get down. If you don't make it through the end of the day, your available revenue time goes to 0 or is truncated dramatically, which has a direct impact on what's called ARPU. Same thing you will experience. You will have your magazines, your newspapers, your click-throughs for advertisements. You will want that user to have that device and be able to search and buy another magazine and renew their subscription or click through an ad for ad revenue. And if they can't do it because the battery has gone down, you too will have an impact from a device that doesn't have the on time required to give you the art time and the ARPU. You will also have ARPU. And then there's the consumer. And the consumer doesn't want to change their behavior. They don't want to carry extra batteries. And they don't want to be looking for a charge all the time. One of the things I do want to leave with you on this power is a handset. All of us are used to daily charging. We all charge our handset every day. And your laptop, you charge hourly. E-books of the future, these need to be on a weekly charge cycle. This isn't a daily or an hourly charge. The user really wants to have a weekly charging opportunity. So on Saturday or Sunday, that's when they charge it, not on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and at lunchtime. So back to what happened, what changed. Boy, I analyzed businesses before I came to Qualcomm years ago, and this was a very interesting business you were in. Some significant challenges. I won't read through all these bulletin points. I don't want to get you back to where it's like, yeah, you definitely studied our business. It's tough. It is darn tough. Almost half the cost of your product goes into the paper and the shipping. Billions, I know billions of units don't actually sell. But the one positive I get from this is that top line, is your readership is up. Readership is up. All right, so the revenue's down. Just means we didn't capitalize on something in the value chain. And we're going to talk about that and how a display helps with that. The second part is despite all those business pressures, now we've got the environment pressures on you, right? And that's painful. They want to talk about how many billions of magazines are printed, how many trees are chewed up, 35 million trees, 4.9 billion pounds of solid waste, the greenhouse gases, right? Going electronic, going to an e-reader, going to a notebook, makes a lot of sense. Get that headache off your back. So where are we headed? And a lot of your content, like I said, can go to any one of those Gutenbergs out there, your 2-inch on up to 100-inch plus. But let's take this conversation today and focus it down something that's exciting and new, and something we can get some real meat out of, which is the e-reader devices. Now, these e-reader devices that we've seen in the market, they're head fakes. The first ones out are a pure, great device, enabled that market to start to take off, but I'm telling you, it's a head fake, because it'll be a converged device as we sit here. Before the end of this year, you'll start to see the converged ones come out. And in fact, just last month, or earlier this month, we saw one of the first ones that came out that's on the multimedia side of it. You'll see more of those. It's going to look just like a handset in the not-too-distant future. I'm hoping, and I believe, this will be one of the next big categories in consumer electronics. TVs, and cell phones, over 1 billion units sold a year. Notebook computers, netbook computers, 120 million I think they're going to have in the next couple of years. Wouldn't it be nice? E-readers right next to that. What I think we're actually seeing is the rebirth of the tablet PC. I don't know how many of you saw some of the first tablet PCs that came out. And they're pretty, I tried them. I tried anything once, but that was a bad try. This is a rebirth of the tablet PC. Could change computing as we know it, and if we do it right, it'll transcend all generations. Handsets, we transcend a lot of generations, but we didn't get them all. In notebook computers, we got a lot of those, but we didn't get them all. We still have some at the high end that we didn't get. The e-book has a chance to transcend them all. And I do believe that what we're experiencing is this could really be one of the last analog to digital transfers we've seen. We did it with MP3s. We did it with movies, DVDs. This could be one of the last ones. And you know why I think it's one of the last ones? It's tough to do what you do. It's hard to take this, photograph it, scan it, and put it on a display. It loses the whole feel and the whole effect. So where are we headed? Where's this market going to come out? And this is an important note for you. I think you're going to see three markets in the beginning for these e-readers. The one on the left we know about today. They're black and white. They have great usage in between charges, right? Great for reading a book, great for immersive reading for extended periods of time. And I think that you'll see that survive for some period of time. Not going to be your biggest market, but it will be a market. What does it lack? It lacks the obvious. It's not color. It's not video rate. You can't pan, zoom, scroll. You can't watch a video on it. What's on the far right? Far right on this chart is a multimedia device. I think that'll be a pretty big market as well. But this device will be something that's probably a little bigger, a little heavier, generate a little bit more heat. Where does that heat come from? Energy consumption. You chew up energy, you're going to need a bigger battery. As you chew up that energy, it generates heat. And the last time I read a book, or a magazine, or a newspaper, I like it to weigh the right weight. I like it to feel like I'm reading off of a magazine. And it doesn't generate heat and make my fingers and my palms sweaty. So remember what I said, when I leave for today, try and remember that energy thing. It's going to come back. It'll be a topic of big interest. The middle of this chart, there is a huge desire to have color and video rate capability in e-readers. Color and video rate to enable the magazines and the newspapers and the textbooks and what have you, and not at the cost of energy. Not at the cost of the bigger battery, not at the cost of the reduced usage time, not at the cost of the sweaty palms or the heavier book to give you the big battery to make it work. That's where we believe the biggest part of this market is going to be. It enables education. It enables the readers like us in the room that want to be able to read this. So when you think about it, this is a short experience, right? You're watching some videos. Probably not that long of an experience. This is a very long, dedicated, black and white reading device, whereas this is truly the best of both worlds. And we believe this market will be the biggest market for us at Qualcomm with the Mirasol technology. So how big is this opportunity? There are over, the last time I counted, I think there were 21 forecasts on the e-reader market. 21. Has anybody seen more than that? It's all over the place. I've seen everything from, well, it could be 5 million, Jim, next year to 30 million. And then after that, it could be, they're all over the map. What I want to get across to you on this is, any number you get, all of those numbers, one thing that we know for sure, they're wrong. It's not 24 million. That's actually an average of the top 5 firms, which is that bottom line. What I wanted to show you is this top line, which is a forecast on netbooks. They think over 200 million by the year 2013. If we do our job right, which means Qualcomm does the right display technology, right? And you, the publishers, the creators of the content, come our direction a little bit with the right content and the right control and the user interface, this market will be much bigger than 24 million. Maybe not 200 million, but it'll definitely be somewhere where that question mark is, which could put it on the map, which I talked about earlier, which is, hey, look at this. This is another TV market. This is another cell phone market. This is the rebirth of tablet PCs. So where do you go? What do you look at first? The easy thing is, how do we get your content there? How do we get to these devices? That's pretty straightforward, right? Cellular communication is a very mature technology. There's 3G, there'll soon be 4G in this country, as there is 4G in other countries.